Hello and welcome to Mindful Mondays. And now for my suggestions for the week. If you find yourself with a monkey mind, with a negative spin going on in your head, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. Is this helpful or harmful? Can I do anything about it? And is it really true? And majority of the time when there's a big negative loop, you may find that the answer to one or all of those questions is no. And if it is, then refocus, reframe, and go into a more positive space that's going to serve you better. And if the answer to those questions is yes, then write down some steps so that you can take some actions towards helping the situation. My second tip is we're all in a heightened state of fight or flight. And from a business point of view, this means when you're having conversations with peers and with staff, it's important to recognise the fact that we may be all a little more emotional than usual. We're going to go into that fight or flight part of ourselves. The childhood beliefs that may not serve us so well may come up, and reactions may be inappropriate at times. Be a little more forgiving to one another during that time. As a business owner, recognise the fact that people are in this heightened state. Therefore, if you don't fill them in the gaps on what's going on at every point and reassure them more often than usual, they're more likely to hallucinate about what's going on. And in this current fight or flight mode, it's more likely to be a negative hallucination. So as staff members as well, if you're not getting the answers that you need, ask more questions at this time to reassure yourself so that you know what's going on. Because how many times have we kept ourselves up with sleepless nights worrying about what might be going on? For example, oh, they're obviously going to put me off and this is what's going to happen, and you don't sleep all night, and then you wake up the next day and your boss tells you all of the great things in the new project that you're going to be working on and everything's great. And you realise you've put yourself through hell overnight for nothing. And if you have questions, then ask your boss rather than hallucinating or filling in the gaps with something that may not be true. Reset the goals, because the goals you had in the business prior to COVID-19 will have shifted. So reset the goals, because no one likes to not have a finish line. It's very hard to aim for something that is unknown. So set some realistic goals for the next week, for the next month, so that you can have a really clear focus and people have something to focus on, and that you can also have some wins, because that's really important right now. There's a lot of negativity. Let's bring in that positive focus. Have a great week.